video which I done yesterday, which I was explaining why I think plumbing is dead. A lot of people have been messaging me and asking me, "Oh, so what's next? Like, what's the plan?" And honestly, um, I'm probably saying a lot of things what a lot of tradespeople are thinking, which is I'm going to step back a little bit from it, but still do plumbing because it's what I love, it's what I've enjoyed. Um, but I'm more so going to be talking about what it's taught me so far through like those 23 years which I have been a plumber. And I'm just at the age where like you see like work balance and like life balance, that matters to me a lot. So my next chapter, which I'm going on now, is going to be more to do with that, creating content, um, making things which I've got more enjoyment in. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. But I still can't take away what being a self-employed plumber and being a plumber in general has taught me, because I'm not going to stop plumbing. I'm just going to stop chasing the dream of, oh, I need this big plumbing company and I need to do as much jobs as possible. I'm going to go at a stage which I can consistently keep up with. And I think me looking into more of a 9 to 5 role than chasing and doing jobs, running here, running there, it's been great for content. It's been excellent making good content from this. But as I get older, I've realized that there's no balance towards it. Do you get it? Like, you can only do stuff when others allow you to do it. So, doesn't always agree with me. I had a conversation with someone today. I mean, he wasn't talking about being self-employed, but he works for people just like I do at the moment, yeah. And he was saying that someone spoke to him in a way like, "Oh, can you do this after you do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can do it for you, no problem." But it's the way the person asked you. You didn't like it, but valid, he's a grown man. And he said, when I go home this Friday, I'm just going to forget about it. I don't worry about that. But it wasn't nice how that person spoke to me. And I said, oh, I understand what you mean. And this is something which we kind of go through as tradespeople all the time. You never know how someone's mood is, when you're in their environment, in their home and stuff like that. But you always try to be as friendly, respectful, and professional. Those things. You just try and be that the minute you walk through the door. But you're human, just like I am human. And when I start to look at life balance, if I don't start to make a change like now, when is it going to start? When am I going to start thinking about other things, what I want to do apart from being a plumber, which I spent 23 years on being a plumber. I'm not saying in this video that I'm stopping plumbing. No, I'm saying that I'm going to stop it being my main focus of everything what I do. And get me wrong, I built a platform. We've got 10,000 people on Instagram. I have the same amount on TikTok. We're going to get to 5,000 followers on this YouTube channel ASAP, as long as you lot keep liking and subscribing and watching all of the videos and turning on your notifications to know when I'm dropping new videos just like this. Making content definitely interests me, maybe a little bit more than work at the moment. It's kind of kept me there because I've been able to grow by being able to narrate the jobs, what I'm doing, and people are seeing the skill within what I do, which is, you know, you work at something for a certain period of time. Hopefully, you will get good at it. There's no guarantees. Like, there's no guarantees that my content is going to take off or anything like that. But I can see myself getting better at it. And again, I'm building more of a platform online on all of these platforms, and especially the YouTube, because it's taught me a lot of things, like within transparency, certain things what I want to get off my chest, a way I might be feeling. Like yesterday, I come out and I told you why I thought plumbing was dead. Again, that video's up. And it was my valid reasons why I felt like that. I know everyone else is not going to feel the same because they might not have had the same experience as me. But I'm speaking from my own truth experience, which is, you know, it's been a hurdle. It's been a hurdle up and down. The economy hasn't helped it in any type of way. Um, and I see the industry getting saturated. Therefore, the price or what money is out there is getting less and less and less. Um, and I realized that, you know, I see it. And I made a good video about that, which I'm going to be releasing soon. But I've got to go with my gut feeling. My gut feeling is telling me that we've put plumbing first for ages. Now we need to put some other things first. Even though it's got me to doing the things what I'm doing today. Plumbing got me in an advert with VW. I would have never thought I would have done that. Plumbing's had me on adverts with Lucasade. Never thought I would have done that. Model on Amazon. Um, some really nice things, but that's all been from my own personal platform. Don't get me wrong, I've made money while being a plumber, but it was never enough. So that's why I look at having a 9 to 5 now and just doing plumbing on the side, because I can do a lot of jobs, you know. You know, to bring in a certain amount of money if you were self-employed. I done a video on this as well, and you live in Islington, you need to do about 15 jobs a week. So even if you done half of that as like a side hustle, you'd be doing okay, and then having a 9 to 5. I mean, you'd probably be comfortable, depending on what you was charging. But I've learned so much more about the business now that to compete or to even be in a place to be recognized as a business like in London, yeah, you need some money behind you. You need some contacts behind you. And if you've got none of them and just skills, I feel that you will suffer a little bit, because you would see everybody else getting through and you not getting through. Again, it might bother some people. Some people are willing to wait their turn in whenever success happens to them. But me, I'm a person that I've got to be looking at the balance and saying, all right, I've committed this much. How much more am I willing to commit and sacrifice? Because you got to take sacrifices. You know, I spoke to someone yesterday. They told me I got a job. It's covering like West London, I think he said, and then odd occasional time you'll have to go up to Birmingham. And I'm like, Birmingham? That's like 100 miles away from London. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, but you know, like it's only occasionally. And the fact that you mentioned it makes me think, nah, can't be doing this, because it's gonna be like a like every other month thing. And that's a lot of driving. So that's not for me. I prefer static sites. I've already said this to people before, just because I've done all the moving about. And again, if I'm gonna do it as my side hustle, for me to not do it Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't mind driving up and down and going places because I wasn't doing it in the week anyway. Do you get what I mean? And I think that will allow me to scale up a little bit more when it comes to my self-employed business, because when you got like a lot of ideas, I'm a person that has a lot of ideas what I wanted to do within plumbing, and I just never had all the time to execute them. You know, I've been working with people and been we empty the tank, yeah. So we used a wet vac to empty the tank, and every time we had to change the bottom of the wet vac. Every time, I thought an idea one time, saying, you know what, I know how to make this better. You know, I could do this, and someone could make this out of 3D print. But it was just an idea, and I never took it any further because I had other jobs to do. Do you know what I mean? I had other things to get on with in life. I just didn't have the time to sit there and just do that. I thought to myself, I've got other things to do, you know. But when you have ideas, sometimes you should save a portion of time to be able to put into it. Whether you're just researching or just investing, it's only time, innit? And you could be onto something, and I could have been onto something. I really don't know. I don't know yet because I still put it down in my notes, but it's like I'm making loads of notes, but I'm making the time to be able to follow up on any of those things. That's what I'm more bothered about. That's why I understand that the life balance has got to be better, because I don't want to be thinking about jobs or doing jobs every 5 minutes. I want to have some time to myself. You know, I like to go to the gym. I like to work out. I'm going to do a high rocks challenge this year as well, so I definitely need to train a lot for that. Um, but I have my own goals. Do you get it? Like outside, you want your relationship to blossom. You want to get engaged one day, get married. You got to start planning all of these things out from now, as well as balancing your life. That's why I'm saying the balance needs to be right, because I don't feel it's been right all this other time. I feel I've been the plumber who's been rushing about to jobs, doing as much as you can. I mean, I've been to so many different areas in London. I could tell you the street names. I know this road. If you go down that road, it's down there. And I'm like a cab driver. But it's because I've been out and about on the road for so long, you know. I know the places where you can park, where you can't park, where you're gonna get a ticket. I even know the prices of different areas when it comes to parking. Like, that's how bad it is. And I'm grateful because I've seen London in a different way to other people have seen it. Do you get what I mean? Like, I've been in most areas, even areas where I thought I wouldn't go there. You know, I've been doing jobs in Croydon. I live nowhere near Croydon. I think the furthest job I've done is um where was that place up north? Northampton. Or was it Northampton? Norwich. That's where I done a job, in Norwich. Yeah. From all the way to London to Norwich, you know. Imagine that. So it's taught me a lot of things. You know, I've got a lot of skills, a lot of life skills from being a plumber. Again, I would always say that it's a great trade for someone to be in, but it's not for everyone if you're looking for scale, progression, and and consistency. Because, like I said in my other video, I said this industry is getting a bit saturated. It's a bit dead. Prices have not been going up. So I was talking to someone today. This is what I wanted to say to you. I was talking to someone today, and I said, let's say like 5, 10 years ago, yeah, I first started Instagram. I would make like £2,000 off of jobs, just people just messaging me. Oh yeah, I've got a tap. I've got this outside, this, that, da 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 da. Those messages have started to slow down. I still get messages, don't get me wrong, but it just depends how much I post. And I don't post a lot. And if I posted a bit more, yes, I know I would get more messages. But let me say it to you like this. First year, social media, started getting like 2-3 grand's worth of jobs. Second year, double that. Third year, double that. Fourth year, double that. And it was going good. And there becomes a point where I say to myself, there is actually a bag in the social media world. I know there was a bag in the social media world from the first time I've ever done something, right? Because that's when I first got paid. And I thought, oh, this is all right. All you want to do is talk and stuff like that, yeah? Be a personality. I can do that, no problem. But I thought to myself that at times, oh, people are going to see me more of a social media person than an actual plumber who does work. But I do that. But what I realize is that the people who watch the plumbing content and that type of thing, it's generally plumbers or tradespeople, isn't it? It's not so much the broader audience, because when someone wants to know about something, they type in Google how to do videos. And I made a lot of how to do videos. Again, I saw the how to do videos do the best on my own platform as well. But I like to make videos which interest me myself, even some which I would watch myself. If I'm not trying to watch it myself, I'm not trying to make it, I'll be honest. Or if I feel like I've had good times, I'm going to make a video for it. But I speak about my other cavity here, yeah, which is making the long form videos. I really started getting onto it with this platform, yeah, and I got monetized, which is great. Got people involved, and I thought, right now I can substitute doing X amount of work with now following it up by doing social media, right? So I thought that would work, and it has been working for a while, but now I've just realized it's easier for me to go back, have the balance of the 9 to the 5, and then also do it on the side, but make it be a thing where I'm not making it be my main source of everything what I do. And I get it, for most tradespeople, it is something which we fixate on. Like, it's something which, you know, we breathe, live, talk about it all the time. And again, it must seem quite annoying to someone else who's not in it, because all you're talking about is, oh, these radiators and blah 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 and that. Mate, when you see people who are in the trade, yeah, you can have a chin wag with them. You can have a chat and be like, yeah, what do you think about this? And oh, have you seen these new clips? And have you? Them people care, and that's cool, because when you think about it, they're the only people that really get you on that term. And I have my people who I speak to. You know, we speak about certain things, and I got my all my Instagram mates as well. I don't speak to everyone on Instagram, but I speak to enough people to try and keep up rapport with them, because a lot of them are good people. Do you know what I mean? I don't never watch their content neither as well. Um, they wouldn't be offended because they don't watch mine, so this, you know, means nothing. I think we all aim for different audiences, and because I've always been in a state of like building a community, building, and even when I used to come on here, I didn't really know how to actually make a full story when I wanted to come on here and just speak. So I've tried to work better at that, while scripting a beginning. So at least we've got an understanding of the conversation. It's following up from yesterday, which was me saying that plumbing is dead. And I won't stop saying that it's dead, because I feel that way. I know some others feel like I'm maybe at a different point to them, which might be true. I'm at a different point. I'm in my late 30s. I'm not a 20-year-old young man. And someone who's 20, you got life, energy, time, you got everything going for yourself. So I would suggest you guys go out there and knock your socks off, boys or girls, because there are a lot of females doing it as well. And I'll always be someone who is a advocate for plumbing, you know, respecting the 9 to 5ers, respecting the people that have done the hustle for a minute. But I was on the rooftop today and I said, I've been coming to West End doing jobs, just jobs in general, for the best part since I've been 19 to my late 30s now. I like being in West. It's busy, things going on. Get to see the uptown. I'm a tourist, so I like nicer things in life. But the exchange of getting there and stuff like that, which is to travel and all that, it's a nag. Like I rarely drive there unless I got the van. But if I'm not in a van, I catch a train. It's a lot easier, in and out. Um, and congestion and things like that is killing it as well. And obviously, price of petrol. I don't have to speak about it. You all go to the petrol station. You know how much it is. And I would say that another thing I was kind of battling with is with customers and prices. You know, I think when you do less jobs, you can be more considerate of the price. But when you do more jobs, when I do more jobs, yeah, I'm more like, if I know I've got 3 or 4 jobs coming in, I could be a bit lenient on 1 or 2 of them jobs. But if I had a 9 to 5 and I know I've got 3 jobs coming in, I'm going to be more bang on and say, this is how much the materials are, blah, 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 blah. I do that anyway, but I mean, I'm going to keep that going. I'm going to keep that going because I think that's one thing I definitely learned from the self-employed thing, which is being upfront about your prices. Sorry, I know it sounds like I said something different there. I just got it in my head just there. Right, I want to talk about prices and money when it comes to the self-employed and what I kind of experienced. Yeah, I experienced a lot of customers who wanted to barter with you when it comes to the prices. I know everybody wants something for cheaper. It's understandable. Me too. I like a good deal, but sometimes in life, the price is the price. You know, it's either yes or no. I found that was a bit of a struggle at points. Everyone is trying to do the job for the cheapest amount. So I used to work in Hampstead Heath, yeah. So over Hampstead Heath, um, there's a Selco's, yeah, not too far from there, and we used to look after some properties around there, and they used to get the materials from Selco's, and I was like, how can you find this push button in Selco's and stuff like that? You're going to replace it with one which is not the same brand, a lower tier brand, so it's less quality and stuff like that. Interesting. Because I thought to myself, when we went to the properties that we was looking after, cheap work, cheap work, high finish. Yeah, that's exactly what they want. Appreciate that, bro. They want cheap work, high finish. So that's what they were getting in a nutshell. People were going to these high-end properties in West Hampstead, northwest for some of you lot who don't know. Houses are, it's nice up there, you know. They got a little village and yeah, it's all doing nice bits. Waitrose and all of these shops. And when you see people fixing stuff, going to Selcos, you think to yourself, they never put all this materials in from Selcos in the first place, but you're replacing it and repairing stuff with it. It just brings down the value of stuff, you know. And personally, I don't like to work like that. Again, if something costs you money to install it, it's going to cost you money to maintain it. I don't make up the prices. I tell people what it is. I'm not even a person that puts on like 10%. If somebody asks me to go and get something from the shop, yeah, if it is on the way to where I'm going, I will gladly go and get it for free. But now, when I'm gonna be doing plumbing on my 9 to 5, if somebody asks me to go and get something from the shop, it's gonna be at a cost, a price. It's only gonna be like 10%, 15%. So I just need to for the petrol. That's it, really. Like I'll just charge you a tenner, and we'll just call it that. That's my thought on that, and how I will be promoting myself and all that. I'll use obviously my social media to do it, which has propelled me to the point where I am today, getting me out there. So you will still see plumbing jobs on my page. This is not me saying to everyone, oh, I'm going to quit today, because we can't. We got a Mercedes, still got bills to pay. That's right. And I want to go on a few holidays and all that as well. So I want more of the balance so I can do some of those things and enjoy, and even take some of you guys with, not take you with me physically, but I film some content when I'm out there, because I've got a few places where I need to go to link up with a few of my guys. Got a couple guys in America. I've got some guys in Australia as well who I've known for years, who are plumbers, and they always say, come out there, man. So I might just do some touring soon. All I've got to do really is get my monetization sorted on my YouTube. If anyone is good with Google AdSense, yeah, send me a message on Instagram, man. I need help. I've been trying to sort this thing out for ages, but I've got my monetization, which I'm proud of. Thank you all who have been like tuning into my videos, listening to the things what I'm saying, and also commenting, man, because some of you lot that comment, yeah, I feel that we're all on the same level, I just say some of these things because I feel probably a little bit more comfortable. I have a platform, I don't have there's not a shame in my game, because I know that I'm a good, hard-working plumber. I know that opportunities haven't been easy for me, but I still tell others and say it to myself, you still got it in you. You can do it if you want to. And it's just like you switching something on, you know. But I'm just at this point now where there's so much other things to do in life, as well as having a 9 to 5. But my sanity and my peace is necessary. How do you price up how do I price up jobs? How I price up jobs from the area. So I generally work 15 miles away from where I live, and I look at the general prices in the catchment areas which I work in, which might be Hampstead, St John's Wood, Mayfair, Islington, some places in Camden. So generally, an hour, we're looking at anything from like 140 to like 180. Just depends who it is. With some regular, like today, I cleaned out some tanks up Mayfair, but that will just be just a little half a day. Half a day's vibe for me is on the higher end of 2,228. Yeah, everybody prices themselves differently, and again, some people can say it can matter to your skill, your ability, and your knowledge. You know, like I said to you, if you're on this video, I've been doing plumbing for 23 years. I work within like a family-run business at the moment. Again, I have been looking for other places, and I have had some success, but I know, like, if I have the 9 to 5, I don't get to show you a lot of plumbing content hands-on. That's why I'm gonna keep doing my plumbing jobs on the side so I can get the content for you lot, because I enjoy editing content. You know that I enjoy making it a little bit better. I know there's not crazy editing on my videos because I don't know how to do it yet, guys. But I'm learning, and I think that process, even for me, has been something which I've learned to deal with, because I'm not a video editor, innit? I'm a person that has been featured in a lot of things, but I didn't edit the videos or nothing. Again, some of my videos, which are just talking headshot videos, have been some of my best videos. There's no editing in it. There's nothing. I've just got lighting on. Obviously, I've got this light here because I'm in my room, which I film in. I missed a bit out. I'm interested in having a 9 to 5, but one second. Let me just see if I can get that one on my phone. I saw the question. One sec. One sec. One sec. One sec. Let me see if I can see it. I, I, they said they missed out a bit. I'm interested in having a 9 to 5 or doing my own thing for security. So, right. So let's just talk about the 9 to 5 thing versus the having your own jobs. So there's doing your own jobs on the side. Let me talk about this for a second, yeah, because I don't work for them now, and they offered me a contract, but I don't care about talking about it anyway. So Santander offered me a job to be the lead engineer of one of their flagship sites, yeah. And the rule with Santander is if you're an engineer who works there, right, you have to get permission from them if you want to do any jobs outside the workplace. Even though you're not working at them hours, you need permission from them. And they could tell you no. So that's like an example of what I'm explaining to people, because some places where I'm going for work, don't get me wrong, someone might class them as like, oh, that's like is a corporate company, isn't it? Or that's a high-end company. Da, da, da. Every company is not going to have that same rules. But for the people to pay me the money, what I need to be paid, which Santander was paying that money, it was, well, they said it was going to be a little bit more than that. But when I looked into the contract, it wasn't that. And that's the reason why I don't work for them now, or I didn't take the contract anyway, because I questioned certain things about it. And that whole asking you about if I could do jobs outside, that didn't really fly well with me, because that's not what they said in the interview, but it clearly stated it in the contract. And when you do stuff like that against it, could be a problem, innit? And I do a lot of different things. I do content creating. I'll do jobs with my uncle. So I'm doing loads of stuff, and you think I got time to call them up every minute and say, mate, I got this leaking sink around the corner. I'm just gonna make 100 quid. Do you mind? Who knows? They could say no. I don't know what they could say. You know, I've not really had that thing with people. I've had 9 to 5 jobs where I've had to sign NDMAs because I'm working for super wealthy people, billionaires and stuff. And that was like, they preferred you not to do any other jobs outside. Like if you did, it's fine, but they prefer you not to. That's just it. And again, they're not paying you enough to not do the jobs outside. I think if you're looking at your pocket and you're thinking about your own future, you're gonna do what you have to do. And I will do what I have to do all the time. So I want a job what has that balance, what doesn't pull me down like that. But I've found somewhere, but I've also found something different as well. The thing what's different is it's construction and building, but it's on a different level scale. It's like I don't want to talk about it because the person actually just emailed me today actually. Yeah, that job is mega. That job's going on for ages. It's got a lot of consistency within it because it's a job what lasts for 10 years. And I would be quite high up, one away from like the top guy there on the site. And I you know, I like it, but it seems like it's gonna be a quite a bit of a challenge for me. but I have to get myself out of my comfort zone. Like I've done that a few times when I've had 9 to 5 jobs being a plumbing lecturer, right? And even the fact of me not being able to take my tools to work and go in on them, and I'm just showing other people what to do, it made me get a bit lazy, and I didn't really do any plumbing jobs outside because I think at that time, working with young people, they're asking me so many bloody questions every day. Oh, sir, how'd you do this? Sir, how'd you do that? Sir, can you help me write my CV on my lunch? Yeah, and I'm a person that says yes. You know, I don't say no to the youth, because me not helping that person with that thing one day and then believing in me so much, they might just say, "Fuck it, I'm not coming college anymore." I don't want you to do that. Don't give up before you even get there. Like, get there, work it out for a bit, stay there for a bit, and then make up your mind. Don't just run out the door. And that's what I always try to install with students and stuff, man. Because your life is very different to mine, innit? I can't impose my views or the things what I've went through. I want to just express and tell them about the good things, because there is so many good things which I've experienced from being a plumber, you know. But it's just about being in a more stable environment, somewhere where I am more consistent with earnings, because it's not so much about chasing. It is no, I'm not gonna lie. It is about chasing the bag. So my hustle, where I go out and I do it and I film the content with my monetization, I feel that will help me out quite a bit. I think all I got to do is make my content as interesting as I can, be my personality and be who I am, really, innit? And that's the way I'm gonna get more of a balance, because like I said, for this last 23 years, I've just been putting forward, plumbing forward every day. Jobs, this, that. Every week, I probably speak to someone on the phone for about 45 minutes, just talking about jobs. You know, um, I've got a great understanding. That's one thing I will never take away from myself, is that it's given me a great understanding of the job, and I've been able to articulate it to others, and also um, mentor a lot of other people to be able to get to certain points. And even me just telling them that I believe in them, I've seen that help people a lot. And I'm grateful that I've become someone who they would look up to, in a sense. So I treat that with great respect, man. You know, when people do that, because there's only a few, I take like a handful of people. But I did say I was going to start a course. Like, it's going to be 7 weeks, 7 or 6 weeks course. Yeah. And I'm going to teach it through video. I'm going to do teams, and I'm going to do homework. And even if you are a plumber and it's something like you want to sharpen up on and stuff like that, or you've seen me do certain jobs and you want to get more experience or more exposure to these types of jobs and scenarios, I will teach it through my course, and it will be like I said, 6 or 7 weeks, do some lives, do some content, um, and it will just be a course. Yeah, I thought about that a long time ago, because at the moment now I've been putting out my free PDF handbooks, plumbing Bible, most common plumbing faults. That's out now. I Next week I'll be putting out my new one, which will be leak detection. That will be a free PDF which people can download, and I've found a lot more interest in doing stuff like that, if you get what I mean, because I know it's helping people, and it's free. You know, there's some things, like I said in the past before, some things that I would never really charge the people who are part of my community for that now. Um, as I build it up, it will start to get to a charge thing, which is understandable. You know, a lot of things are not free in life. And when I do something like the content, because I've been a lecturer, I'm taking it seriously, It'll be proper classes, proper breakdowns and stuff like that. The things which people need. And obviously talking about business, which I know that a lot of people struggle, don't talk about it. So when you get to being this self-employed person and you want to start scaling your business, you don't have a Scooby-Doo how to do it. But if you do the course, it is something which I will definitely teach most things what I know. The business of doing the plumbing, the basics, the business of the basics. So you have a plumbing business, you need to know the basics to be able to run it, to be able to make profit, to be able to scale. Like these are the things what you need to do. And yeah, I'm gonna break it down, man. I thought about it for a while. I announced it now. So I'm just easing off of the fact of plumbing every day. You know, like it's been a lot. But when I get the 9 to 5, I feel more comfortable, and I'll be killing you lot with the content because, again, this is a side to me which I've started to enjoy through my experiences and also telling stories. I think the storytelling has touched a lot of people when I've jumped on, which I'm really thankful for because it's hard enough nowadays to keep people's attention. And plumbing will always have my attention. I'll always be a plumber. And now I just want to have more of a focus on life. You know, sometimes you take your foot off the gas and it's okay. It's okay. And this is another opportunity for me to just channel some of my energy into bigger and better things. You know, I'm a man that's got a partner, so I'm not out here single bingle. You know, I've got a lot of things that I want to do with her. I got a lot of things that I want to do with my family still. So traveling is definitely one of them. And I've been neglecting traveling for a long time. I don't know why, but it's because I've just been probably chasing money at work, thinking and dreaming about jobs, dreaming that someone's called me with a leak. Just stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's never over. It's just a different chapter now. Still be making fire amount of content. Again, like I said, does anybody know how to sort out Google AdSense? Hit me up on Instagram, please. I need help. Once I get that sorted, I'll be more peaceful. But yeah, thank you everyone who came in the chat, dropped questions. Make sure you like this post now, guys, because that really helps out the channel. Again, I will be back very soon with some brand new content for you, but it's always a message at the end of the video, which is like, share, and subscribe. But always it is, even though you've heard me speak about these things today, yeah, what you should take from it is that it's something that I can turn on at any point in my life, which I'm super grateful for, you know, to have a trade and to have a skill which I can make some money from at the end of the day. But I've made it be my main focus of life for a good solid 15 years, and it's been difficult, innit? So I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket no more. I'm actually switching it up a little bit and starting to pivot towards some content, life balance, and also having a 9 to 5 job instead of being in the race of the self-employed person. I know I've always like idolized that self-employed position, but if you can't make it work, why suffer? Do you get it? Like, I don't see the point in suffering. I see the point in me trying to still get to other places, but not suffering anymore. I can't be doing that. You know, it's not good for business. And I need. I got. Hopefully, I got a new car coming soon, but don't tell anyone. I may need a full-time job for that. I'll try and get this last question in quickly before I go. Um, what's it? Networking is essential to hard work at this time. Yeah, look, I do network with people, yeah, but I don't go to networking groups. I'll be totally honest with you. Keep your head up, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I will keep going. I'm not telling people this is the end. This is not the end. This is just a new chapter. I'm not putting it forward like I used to and just plumbing every day and da da da. I'm gonna have more of a balance, yeah. So I appreciate everyone for sticking around because it's hard to tell people that you just want more of a balance and less of a drag in life, and the stress what you face from it. It just needs to be eliminated, you know. So I had to get like, £3.5 grand a month. You know what I mean? You're not balling, but if you still do some jobs on the side, you can rack that up to 5 racks. At least you can do something. Do something with someone's daughter. Do you know what I mean? Uh, your personal brand is very powerful. Thank you, man. Very nice words, bro. Um, I try to be. I don't try to be anything else. You know, like remember, I've come from an era and a time where me growing up here, it wasn't cool for me to be on the internet. Do you know what I mean? I'm part of the rude boys, but time has evolved so far that growing a community and speaking to like-minded people that have the same idea or understand you is where life's been at for the last 6 or 7 years. Like, you know, I speak like I'm speaking to my friends. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how I am. I speak like I'm speaking to my. I probably tell people that watch my content more stuff than I tell my friends about work or what I want to do and stuff like that. Which that's me evolving in a different way. Which that's just me just wanting to be transparent. Plumbers and plumbers and business. So someone asks, plumbing or mechanical, which one is best when it comes to business? Which one is best for your from best which one is best? Tell us the ideal. So I'll always say plumbing is the best. Mechanical, yeah, you gotta look at it from you got certain environments which require people to be mechanical, but they class you as mechanically biased if plumbing is your first trade anyway. So there's only gas engineers, plumbers, and I can't remember what the other one was now. There's one more trade, like HVAC people. That's the only people who are mechanical. So everyone who is a plumber can class themselves as mechanically biased because your first trade is one of those three. Um, Plumbers will always make a lot of money. Again, it's all down to your location. If you don't live 15 miles away from an area which is rich, I just won't try it as much as I would because the money is obviously there, but you got to get there. And the problem is the distance between point A and point B. And point A is for me is where I live, and point B is West End. That's it. There's no grey areas. I mean, there are a lot of plumbers and tradespeople, and you see people wearing, I'm wearing it now. I wore my shorts today. Um, you will see a lot of combat wearers at West End. Not everybody's getting bread, but there's some people that are. And then there's the Premier League of obviously West End, which is Chelsea, Knightsbridge. I've done that. I've been a supervisor in Chelsea and Knightsbridge for a couple of years. I used to work next to the Savoy. when I used to work at the Institute of Art. So I've worked for a lot of companies like that before, but when I was working for them, like I was saying earlier in this video, it's made me drop off from doing private plumbing jobs and like PJs and stuff, just because I feel like, oh, well, I'm getting a little chump change, a little cheese. You know, it's nothing to talk about. I don't want to explain all that. I think at that time, maybe I was getting like £800 a week or something like that. It weren't good, but it was what it was. And I'll just get relaxed because I know I'm getting £800 again on Friday. Do you see what I mean? When I could really go out, invest. I mean, I didn't really start investing too much until I started doing higher paid content for other people, and they paid me enough, like month salary in one go. So I realized I was onto something. But even that, I need to like invest more in that. But I've been looking at my YouTube channel and how I can grow it, and understanding that it doesn't grow overnight, and learning what I was doing before was fucking wrong. I was doing it all wrong. I mean, I needed a fucking teacher basically, because I just didn't study it when I should have. You know, everything's explainable for you on YouTube, but if you don't take the time and the patience to be able to learn it, you're not using it correctly. You know, I thought at a point I've got to have this super duper phone camera to make content and blah blah blah. I've got £1,000 camera that sits up there, which no one's ever seen before. You know, but it's all future proofing myself. And I suppose I kind of thought about these things before I even got to like 23 years on what I'm gonna do. Even the fact of me having a YouTube set up now, which is like in my spare room, like I've got lights all on this side, that's why it looks quite bright. I can turn up the lights here, turn them off, or turn them on, turn them brighter. Do you know what I mean? I've got mics and stuff like that. I've got a mic on now. And you know, at some point I thought, yeah, this is the future, and I still do feel it is the future, but it's gonna coexist with my courses, which I'm gonna start to do, but I'm gonna have more of a balance to be able to focus and make better quality stuff, which I'm looking forward to, and hopefully all you guys are looking forward to as well. So it's never the end with me. It's a new chapter, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask you guys for help within helping me make the right type of content, but also the direction of the channel and what you guys want to see a little bit more. You know, whether it's sit down talks, whether it's conversations, just let me know. I'm gonna put something on the pin-up board, like a questionnaire type of thing on there. And I've got the IQ test on there all the time coming out as well. But yeah, peeps, I appreciate the conversation, man. Had some nice words today from you guys in the chat. Please do like the video before I go off. I mean, it would mean a lot, people. So just like the video. Drop a comment after. You know, that really helps with the algorithm, with the video being shown to more people and stuff like that. I do really appreciate that for everyone. And just have a great day, man, because when I come back, I'll be cooking up, getting back to the business. We're going to get some fire content. And again, I ask one more time in this video, if anybody knows anything about Google AdSense, send me a message on Instagram. Need help with that. Just sort out this monetization thing. I mean, it's killing me. It's killing me content. But anyway, people, I want you to have a great day. I'm in a positive mood. I'm gonna get started on a new little project. Thank you, bro. Can't wait to see what I got next. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've got a lot of things planned, but you guys are gonna see. Definitely check out the content which is gonna be dropping again on Sunday. I'm gonna drop a long form video again. You guys be great, be amazing. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And enjoy the rest of your Friday, because it is a Friday, people. Let's go.